Hello, 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 everyone. How are y'all doing this evening? Thank you all for joining in. I am TJ. Welcome to Mosaic with TJ Randolph and this edition of Cocktails and Conversation. We're going to be kicking it off in a few minutes with the illustrious guest, part two from last week with El Guapo of the Beautiful Lies channel. And we had a wonderful time. Yes, greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations. Hello, Uncle Stu. What's up? What's up? What's up? I have to get with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Greetings, OG Patrice. Yes, honey. Do y'all have y'all cocktails tonight? I'm just saying. All right. I'm representing the University of Oklahoma, my alma mater, as we whooped on that Texas behind this past Saturday and came out with the win. So I have on my OU T-shirt and my OU head wrap. So yes, I'm representing for the University of Oklahoma. Water, okay, your non-alcoholic beverage water is definitely, we need that. And I'm sorry, shout out to Crimson Cure because I need my fan. It's real. I got a few announcements before we get into it. Again, like I told you, for the month of October, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to stress to our ladies, we have to protect the tatas. So if you haven't already, go out and get your mammogram. Make sure you're talking to the women in your life, young and more mature, to get the tatas checked on an annual basis. I usually do mine around the 4 o'clock, not the 4 o'clock. I saw 4 o'clock on here. I do, I do, I do mine during my birthday month usually, but because of COVID, I had to reshift because everything was, kind of put off. So I changed it to my mother's birthday month. So make sure you get the tatas checked. Very important. Yes, protect the baby food at all costs. You heard me? Yes, because my granddaughter is getting fed the baby food, and we must protect that at all costs. You show right about it. Let's see here. How many of y'all were you all able to check the show I did this past Saturday with my daughter? Oh my gosh, it was so powerful. It was so powerful. Good evening. It was a powerful show. We talked about the lies we tell ourselves, and meaning, when we see the red flags in relationships and we choose to ignore them. And I talked about my case specifically, a situation way before I met my husband, where the red flags were there from day one and I chose to ignore them, and it could have cost me my life. But thanking God for him, for his glory, and for him having my brother be there with me, because it could have ended up a different way, definitely. Yes, the baby food. You know what? I like that. Protect the baby food at all costs. Um, so yeah, we were talking about the lies we tell ourselves. So again, if you haven't had a chance to check that out, go check it out. And again, if you know any, and see, even though my story is from a woman's perspective, it's applicable to you too, men, because females show you some red flags, and you don't pay attention to it. Hey, and I'm so excited because my baby is here. My baby is here. Yes. He might come through and give me a little, kiss on the cheek or something. Yes, honey. Um, Thank you. And thank you very much. Again, like as you enter into the studio, and subscribe. Hey baby. Hey baby.
Hey. I'll let you get back to work.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. He makes me all blushy. Oh. But yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video, like as you come in. Oh, really? Okay, and see, that's something else. Men can get it too. Men can get it too. Absolutely. So, bottom line is, we have to pay attention to our bodies. We do. Again, shout out to MTR, and prayerfully he is on the mend, because he shared that he felt something and didn't get it checked right away. And ultimately, it was testicular cancer. He has had surgery and he is on the mend right now. But you know what? Let's get into this before, make sure I got all the church announcements done before we get into it, because we had some fun last week and we're going to pick it up where we left off. So I'm going to bring to the stage the one, the only, the incomparable, never to be duplicated or imitated, El Guapo. Go ahead and bring him on up. How you doing, sir?
I am good. Once again, you have me blushing under all this brown. Let me do my quick introduction. Salute and salutations. Hello, Team Mosaic. How are you all?
Everybody's good. And I said, make sure you have your cocktails.
I do have a cocktail. And I have a suggestion, man. Make a humble suggestion.
Please.
Since this is cocktails and conversations, how about we do a toast? May I propose a toast?
By all means.
I would like to propose a toast for all of the Black men out here that are fantastic husbands. This toast is for Mr. Randolph. I just saw him come in and give you a kiss. I hope he hears me. Mr. Randolph, thank you so much for allowing me time to speak to your wife. She is a great inspiration to the women out here, and I am so glad that we've had this opportunity to have these conversations. So I'm going to say this in Portuguese, okay? Saúde para você, amigo. All right, cheers.
Cheers. You hear that, baby? He said, cheers, bruh.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Okay. So, yeah, you see I'm all blushing and everything, you know.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
My soror, God rest her soul, she had this saying, he melts my butter. Yeah, he melts my butter. Straight up. Melts my butter. Hello, La Bella. Thank you. Welcome.
We got the pretty watching from Colombia. What's up, pretty?
Yes. You know, if she would like to come in and chat with us, I would love it.
Okay. La Bella, send me a WhatsApp. Let me know what's up.
Yeah.
Let me know if she can do it. I know they're dealing with a lot of rain and the internet is not so good down there.
Okay.
So, but sweetheart, if you want to join the conversation, I'm all for it. Let me know and I'll send you the link. All right.
Thank you for subscribing. Okay. So you know what? I was telling El Guapo, I was telling the viewers, I wasn't sure if they had a chance to check me and my daughter out this past Saturday, where we had this broadcast about the lies we tell ourselves,
right,
and about red flags that we excuse and justify.
Right.
And even though mine was from a female perspective, we know that men do that too.
Yeah, we have to, but we ignore it. Men are bad at that. We ignore a lot of those red flags. And I'll tell you what did Belle Biv DeVoe say back in the day? Never trust a big butt and a smile. We tend to be subjected to that. By the way, can I just acknowledge your outfit? Way to represent.
Absolutely.
You look great. You look great.
I was saying I would represent the University of Oklahoma after we kicked that Texas butt this past weekend at OU, Texas. I'm alumni of OU.
Right.
Yeah, and I got my Sooner head scarf on and my shirt. Yes, I'm
representing.
Can dig it. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is not a bonnet. Okay.
It is not a bonnet. It is not a bonnet. No.
That's right.
And you know, it's so funny, Owapo. Nothing is new under the sun. This here, I have a picture of my mom back there laying on a cart from the 70s, and she had a head wrap like this.
I like it. I do like it. That's very slick. I like that a lot.
There's nothing new under the sun. But hey, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
I want a softball question. I'm not sure if we got into it, but we were talking about, I think the last thing we talked about was Black women are out of order. We were talking about the tone and tenor. Okay. Did we get to when the part of the conversation where I was going to ask you why about your video, why high value men don't stay? Did we talk about that?
We did not. Ask me the question. But no, we didn't get into why Black high value men don't stay.
You were I was doing some preliminary research, and I looked at one of your videos and talked about why high value men don't stay, how we can get them,
right,
but we can't keep them. And I remember you gave some specific examples of when you were dating before you met La Bella, and particularly how sometimes we Black women, we have a tendency to drop the ball, and you were just kind of sharing some of those stories. Would you mind recounting those?
I would love to. So I stated before, and I stand on this, and La Bella knows this. I will always give the first right of refusal when it comes to dating to an American Black woman. Those are my women. I have a Black mother, a Black sister. I have Black sisters. I have Black daughters. And Black women, y'all are the best in the world. You really are. When you in engage in your power where it truly is in your femininity. Nonetheless, I'm a boss now, like a real boss. Like I got people reporting to me, like I got to do payroll and all that stuff and everything like that. And I am going to employ the best candidate that is available for the role. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, that means that if I interview 1, 2, 3 women from our community and our demographic, and you're not sending your best representatives, then I'm going to look elsewhere, because we talk about on my channel being mission focused and results driven. We have a mission and we're trying to get certain results. And what I really want is people that can come in and perform the role. And in this instance, we're talking about marriage, right?
Right.
Right. So I don't know if I would define myself as high value. The only reason I would say that is because after my divorce, my second divorce, your boy hit a low point. You know what I'm saying? So the financial thing went down a bit, but outside of that, network and everything is good. And I'm right back where I need to be. But I will tell you, as somebody that's in that income demographic and things of that nature, yeah, we have options. Just like a company with great benefits, we have options. I'm going to tell you right now, I was having a conversation with Labea today, and this is going to be her last year teaching. She is way more valuable to me at home than she is bringing in almost 6 figures. She just is. You know, she can run the back end of the YouTube business, my other online business. She can run my Instagram, which I suck at, and stuff like that. I'm going to put my lady to work, you know, and it's awesome that she will have the opportunity to, you know, focus on me and make sure that I'm good so that I can continue to provide. And that's not a selfish thing. It's an opportunity for us to keep that money in the family. Absolutely. Now, when it comes to some of the bad experiences I've had, I got divorced. I did some dating up here in the DMV. Once I got myself together and, you know, done the mental self check and make sure that I'm good, a little therapy and everything like that. And I reached out to some beautiful Black women, and they all showed up just a little bit disheveled. Is that the right word? Let's say disheveled.
Yes.
I've had dates where I see a woman in a beautiful dress in her online profile. Now, I have no problem approaching in public, but I'm a busy guy. Okay. So online dating worked well for me. And the representation in their profiles was not at all how they showed up on a date. I had one date and I was excited about this woman, TJ. I was excited. And it takes a lot for me to get excited. It does. But she was so pretty. She had her natural hair. You know, everything looked fantastic on her. She was wearing these great dresses in her profile. This woman showed up to our date. And I'm going to tell you, I came to the date wearing some Armani, you know, cologne. I had on a nice collared shirt. I was good to go. You know, I believe in the best representation. We talked about this before about first impressions matter. That goes for men as well. I want to make a good first impression. This woman showed up on this date with a dirty t-shirt, a stocking cap with a ball cap over it, and cut off jeans that looked like she cut them herself. And we went to a decent restaurant. And the second I'm going to tell you. So I walk in the door, she beat me there. And I asked the host, I said, hey, you know, I'm meeting a young lady here, you know, and she's already got a table. Have you seen her? And he was like, yeah, she's out back. She's outside, sitting outside. And I said, okay. I said, how's she look? And dude gave me this look like, I was like, damn, yo, for real? And I saw her and I was like, wow, dude, how could you show up like this? How is this okay for this to be the first impression that you make, you know, when you meet somebody. And not that I'm somebody special, but I believe in putting your best foot forward. I'll give you another example. I met a young lady. This is before I met Labea, and took her to a nice place. Okay. And I start getting the excuses like, oh, I'm running late. I hit traffic and everything. And you understand, being prior service military, that being timely is very important.
Absolutely.
Right? Punctuality is key. And
Yes.
I value my time very much. And I was like, okay, it's good. Let me know when you get here. Now, I'll give her this. She showed up in the little black dress. This is a black woman. She showed up in her little black dress. She showed up in her little black dress, 40 plus pounds overweight from the picture she represented herself from in her online profile. She did. But okay. You put on the dress and you have some wedges on, not necessarily heels. You got some wedges on, right? She comes and she sits down, and I'm a student of this game. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry I'm late. I have a fantastic table for us. I don't mind paying for good service. So just like I did with Labea, I slipped a maitre d' 20, 40 bucks. Hey, give me a good table. No problem. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry I'm late. And I said, it's all good. The first round is on you. And she looked at me and she's like, are you for real? Now, we're at a place where us having, a light meal is going to be $200+.
Okay.
All right. And what's a round of drinks? Even if I get a nice scotch, 30, 40 bucks, not a big deal. And she had a good job. She worked for the state government here in Maryland. Good job.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Man, that woman could not get over me holding her responsible for being late.
Really?
And she really was upset about it. And I made sure I doubled down on how I felt and what I knew. And I was like, guess what? When the check came, I said, hey, that first round of drinks, sir, can you split that up and give that bill to her? I'll pay for everything else. And my bill was well over $200. No problem. No problem. Now, hey, Kevin Samuel special, juxtapose that with my meeting with Labea.
Okay, bring it.
Labea was more than ready. She was more than ready. She was ready when I got there. She had on the little black dress and heels, not wedges, heels. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we went out and we had a fantastic time. And the first opportunity that she got to invest financially in me, she took it. And you see that ring that she's got on her finger, and the rest is history. Yes. So what I'll tell you is, when you are in the position to offer somebody something life-changing, you're not necessarily looking for opportunities to qualify a person. Don Guapo, my father, has taught me, you're really looking for opportunities to disqualify candidates. Okay. Hello, TJ. You hear me?
Absolutely. Because again, right. You're on a level playing field. Right. You have the candidates that are all here. Let's start seeing, what are you going to do to disqualify yourself?
That's right. Ooh, can I give you something? This is good. Ladies, I got something that's going to change your life. I've got something that's going to change your life. Last time I gave you $1,000 worth of advice. I'm about to give you another 1,000 right now. Men do have classifications for women. We do. We have wifey material. Let's say we have wife material. We have wifey material. We have, they say side piece. I call them a jump off. We have jump off material. We have all of these things. Homie, lover, friend. I'm dating myself. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I'll tell you, ladies, is most men, especially high value men, do not classify you. They allow you to classify yourself.
It's the truth.
And this is why first impressions matter so freaking much. You have got to represent so well in the beginning. We're not going to classify you. We're going to allow you to classify yourself. Listen, are you going to show up on time? A man that's on his business and about his purpose, he values his time very, very well. Do you sexualize the conversation too early? That's a big one. You
No,
want to
no.
put yourself in the jump off category, sexualize the conversation too early, without any coaxing or prodding or anything like that. Yeah, that's how that works. That's definitely how that works.
So tell me, what is the difference between wife material and wifey material?
Yeah, wife material and wifey material. Wife material is a woman that has truly been trained to be a wife. She has all of those things. When I was just having a conversation with Labea last night, my dad, Don Guapo, his birthday is September 16th.
Okay.
So last year for his birthday, I threw a party here at my house. Okay. Labea and I did not live together. And but I invited her to come. And then I invited my sister and my sister's husband. Okay. And my younger brother. My younger brother couldn't make it. We had a fantastic time. And a day or two later, I had a conversation with Don Guapo, my pops. And Don Guapo was like, listen, El Guapo, if you are ever considering getting married again, you need to give this woman a chance, because the level of cooperation that she gives you is extremely hard to find. She is so good at I don't want to say serving, but it is serving. She is the consummate hostess. She made everybody so comfortable, and she got the chronology of serving right. And this is something that has to be taught and then becomes innate in a woman. So she knew to serve the man of the house first, which is me. And then she served the guest of honor, which is my father. And then she went to my sister's husband and went and made sure he was okay. But let me tell you something. My sister is so on point and cold-blooded with it. She and Labea were in lockstep. I'm telling you. My sister is a wife. My sister was raised to be a wife, and so was Labea. And the men in their lives, myself, my brother-in-law, are better men because of it. They are true feminine amplifiers. Now, a wifey is a woman that is teachable and coachable.
Okay.
But a lot of times, men don't want to make that investment, especially if they've achieved on a high level, to go back and teach these women. Richard Cooper of Entrepreneurs in Cars has a great saying, and it has to deal with men. Okay. He says that women don't care about your problems or your struggles. They hang out at the finish line and F the winners. Okay. That's what he says. And it's so true. It's so true. The truth is, ladies, when it comes to marriage, men don't care about your struggles and I don't believe in telling a struggle story unless you can make it a struggle victory. Until you've overcome it, don't even talk about your problems. Don't talk about it. Make it a struggle victory or a testimony, like we talked about last time, right?
Right.
So, ladies, okay. My mentor, Cousin K, he says this all the time. He's like, everybody's got a sob story. The fact that you can go and do what it takes to overcome it is what matters. Okay, you didn't have a mother that taught you how to be a wife. You didn't have a father that was in the home to mirror what a husband needs to be. But we live in the information age. We're on YouTube right now, dropping this game, or as Sinful the P would call it, uncommon knowledge, to people. You have to have a desire to get better before you can be better. The information is out there. All you have to do is go seek it and apply it. So that is the difference between a wife and a wifey. A wife is turnkey. You turn the key, the door opens. A wifey, you may have to, what do you call it? Cut and groove that key. She's learnable and teachable. But a lot of men, if you get to that point right now, you would have to be a bona fide 10 for me to want to teach you anything. And you would have to be fervently seeking guidance and leadership and mentorship and how to be a better woman. You would have to really actively be doing it and be a 10. I'm talking Stacy Dash 10 to get that from me. I don't have time. I just don't have time to deal with a wifey. I got me a wife.
This is good. And so that leads me to our next question. You may have kind of already talked about it. How did you know Lapeef was the one?
So I don't believe in the one.
Okay.
So this is a Guapo thing. Myself, my cousins, the Guapo men. We believe as good men, we can make it work with a good woman. I don't believe that she is the one. I don't believe in that. Rollo Tomasi calls it one-itis. I don't believe in that. What I do believe is that people can align forces and become congruent and work together. So if I can find a woman that has that foundation of a wife, and one, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to brag on my lady real fast.
Do it. That's what we're talking about here.
The sexiest thing Lapeef has ever said to me, and she said it to me early when we were dating. We were sitting on the porch at my front house. I have a nice porch, and everything like that. And she was like, Guapo, I have a lot that I need to learn from you. That was like, woo! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She is yearning for knowledge. She wants to know what it is that's going to take her to the next level, to be not just a wife in person, but a wife on paper. And she's like a Daniel-san to my Mr. Miyagi. I say she does, no questions. I say you do, no questions. No questions. That is the sexy, and she said some sexy stuff to me, but that is the sexiest thing that she's ever said to me, because it showed me like, wow, she's really in it. I'm sorry for the beeps. I keep getting these Discord notifications.
Oh, no. I don't hear it, so I'm good.
Okay, good. But yeah. So that's the big thing, is the fact that she's not necessarily the one, but she's going the extra mile in any and everything that she does. I'm going to tell you right now, before I got on the meeting with or the live stream with you, I told you I was working late. I just got out of a meeting. You bought me some extra time so I could put a shirt on, a little cologne. Right. I'm wearing a little Moschino tonight. She was like, Guapo. She's in Colombia. She's like, Guapo, did you eat today? I was like, yeah, I grabbed a little lunch and everything. She said, I know you're going to watch your game. Baltimore Ravens play tonight. She was like, let me know. I'm going to order you some DoorDash or Uber Eats or something. Just let me know what you want. That's that extra mile. She's what, 4,000 or 5,000 miles away.
That's what's
and she's still making sure her man is fed. Ladies, y'all better catch up. Y'all better catch up. You have no one of my most passionate videos is the fact that, Lapeef, is somebody speaking to you in the chat in Spanish? Go ahead and respond in Spanish.
I like it. I don't know what it says, but okay. I like it.
Jenny Morena, 6913. Yeah. Let me see if I can. I don't know what that says, but anyway, you guys have no idea how stiff the competition is. I made a video about this. Now, it was early in my YouTube career. I probably need to remake it and everything. Now that my audience is bigger, but while a lot of Black women are sitting on the sidelines arguing the rules of the game, these women are out here perfecting their technique. They really are. And y'all are getting left in the dust. Yeah. Shout out to Big Smooth. Yeah, we playing them horseshoes. We don't say them cats' names, yo. That's the football thing. Shout out to Big Smooth. Hey, things understood don't need to be explained, bro. There you go.
I like it. Yeah. Okay. They got a conversation going, so that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that, because my husband was out earlier. He left to go out on the road. And before he came back home, he sent me this picture of Well, I usually make enough. I try to make enough food when he's home on the weekend to send it out on the road with him. So
God,
he
that's
took
so
a
good.
he took a picture. He said, "You take such good care of me," and I said,
Man,
"It's
I'm
my
telling
pleasure."
you.
I said, "It's my pleasure."
Yeah, shout out to you, Mr. Randolph. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And see, ladies, you don't understand what it's like. You don't understand what it's like. You don't understand what it feels like as a man that your woman knows your favorite cologne is willing to drop $300 just to send it to you. You know, Labea and I just booked a vacation. I told you she's a school teacher. We did it last night, you
Oh,
know, and it's my thought process. You know, I'm gonna pay for everything.
mm-hmm,
And so it's in April when she has spring break. My birthday's in April. And I was like, baby, I got it. I'm gonna go ahead and book this thing. So we're taking
mm-hmm.
a nice little vacation for a week in April. And she was like, well, listen, you pay for it, but everything that we do, we're taking a cruise. She was
Okay.
like, everything that we do on the cruise, you know, I like to play craps in the casino. She was like, bring your little gambling money, but everything else I'm paying for. I got it. You know, we're going to the Bahamas. I'm bringing home a case of white Hennessy, people. A case.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's going to pay for it. So,
Yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
So it's those little things, those little intangibles. Um, she'll check and make sure I've been losing clothes in the wash, in the laundry. I've been having to do my own clothes. She'd be like, Waffle, you need underwear, you need socks, you need, you know, I'm not wearing a white collared shirt today, but I have a lot of white shirts and everything like that. You need me to say she knows my size. She knows the cut that I like in my shirts, and she'll send it to me. You know, she'll buy it on Macy's or what have you, and she'll send it out. That's a wife, y'all. That's a
Check it
wife.
out.
So, go ahead.
Check it out. And see another thing that a wife does, and I'm not going to say that I knew it all because I didn't. You remember I tell
Right.
you I had to unlearn some things. A wife anticipates your needs before you can ask.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may not even be sure that that's what you want, that's what you need, but because she's paying attention to you, because I remember we had just started dating. We had been dating a few months, and it was a surprise birthday. Wasn't a surprise birthday party. It was a birthday party in Houston. We were going to some my dad's in-laws aunt was having a party, and I
Right.
knew, you know, because my husband, he's a good-looking man, but he don't care about, you know, a whole bunch of stuff because he's on the road. He has some nice suits, but he had lost a lot of weight, and some of the suits were not as flattering on him, you know. So
Gotcha.
I took it upon myself. I went to his closet and got his size, and I went and bought him a suit.
I love it. I love it.
Now it was funny because he got a little upset. It would be at first because he said, "Are you trying to change me?" I'm like, "No, I'm not trying to change you." I said, "Listen," I said, "if I'm wearing something and you don't think it's complimentary on me, aren't you going to tell me?" I said, "You've done all
Yeah.
this work on this body, and I want to show this body off." So when he got the suit on and looked in the mirror, he said, "You know what? You ain't gonna have to worry about nothing else about," because he liked how he looked in the suit. You heard me.
Shout
So
out to Mr. Randolph, man. Yeah, bro.
he said,
Yeah.
"You don't have no old problems out of me when it comes to clothes. You got it." But again, I knew what he would look good in.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was paying attention to him. That's what we got to do. That, ladies, we
Mm-hmm.
got to do it. And like you said, a little investment. What Labea said, when I'll pick up, the part of the tab or whatever.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
you know
A little
what we
effort
really
goes a long
want.
way. Isn't that what we said last live stream? A little
Yes,
effort
sir.
goes a long way.
And I was married now, so hey, for real
Hey,
though, I'm
put
just
put
saying.
that ring up. Let me see it.
See, I'm a Delta, so it's a triangle shaped ring,
Oh.
triangle shaped stone, the trillion cut.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to Mr. Randolph, man.
do
Woo.
my Delta thing. So
I'm trying to
yeah.
get to where you are, sir. I'm trying to get to where you are.
Shout out to the kosher clinician. He was on here earlier. Now I
What's up,
spoke.
KT?
I
Yeah.
don't know if he's still here, but last night we went on to the Lapeef Network, and it was me, Bolo, and the kosher clinician on a Mira show. And the kosher clinician said we might have to do a show, and it called the Gen X Nexus, and he talked about putting you
Oh,
on that as well.
right.
So Okay, so here, let's get to the next one.
Okay.
Now, you and I briefly chatted about, and I told you that one of my there he is. He said he's working
I
on
see him.
notes.
What's up,
Okay.
Casey? That's my dog right there. What's up, Casey? That man is
Man,
tall. I'm
he
tall. I'm 6'2", and I look
uh-huh.
up to the kosher clinician like this. He's
Wow.
really tall.
He was
Yeah.
dropping the science last night, and for real,
Yeah.
for real, for real. Much respect. Okay, so remember
I
I
am
was
sending
telling.
Labea the link as we speak. So I'm
Oh,
listening to you. I'm just going to send it
okay,
to her. Okay.
wonderful, wonderful. Okay, if the he said that would be a good showcase. It show because he was dropping with him and Bolo. I was like, this was some good stuff last night. I was having a good time.
Right.
Um, Okay, so we were talking about, you and I were briefly talking before our show last time about the video that I responded to or that reacted to that Kevin Samuels had done, are modern women failing their daughters. And as a
Yeah.
portion of, he talked about how women can't check their mothers. And my piece on that was, yes, conversations need to be had. Like I had a conversation with my mother, like my daughter had a conversation with me, but I'm not going to, the idea of checking my mother was, kind of it kind of triggered me a little, kind of triggered me a little bit. But I
Yeah.
understood what he was saying, though. I don't
Right.
disagree with the message of what he's saying because it is very necessary. And had me and my daughter not had those conversations, and me and my mother had not had those conversations, we wouldn't have the kind of relationship we have now. So, but again, the idea of checking, like I said, I can't lie, it triggered me. So I wanted to talk about that because I know you've mentioned your mom on several occasions and how
Mhm.
you have the utmost respect for her. And now, did your mom raise you as a single parent?
Yeah. After I was about 10, yeah, my parents split up, and uh, she still continued to send me and my sister to the top private school in the state of Maryland. To this
Mm-hmm.
day, I don't know how she figured it out. Like, I'm a leader and I get stuff done, but boy, I don't know how she did it. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I will say, the strength of my mother is gargantuan. That's a good word for it. She is a very strong Black woman, and it actually sometimes can impede upon my masculinity. And deep down in my soul, I know I'm supposed to be a man's man. You know what I mean? And so, and I felt like that since middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And we butt heads a lot. My mother and I butt heads a lot. Like, we're a little bit, I love her. We're beefed out right now over some stuff.
Okay.
Um, but here's what I'll tell you. I get it. Checking your mother, it's a difficult terminology to digest. I would say to establish and enforce boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of times the conversation needs to be had. The conversation needs to be had. I look at it like this. I'm 43 years old right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been a legal adult for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's been a 2.5 decades since I've lived under your roof. Uh, Mom, chill out. I got more kids than you do. Like, this is how I have to talk to her. I'm like, I have more children
Mm-hmm.
than you do. And you keep giving me all this unsolicited advice, and I'm viewing it as criticism.
Okay.
How about you understand that at my age, like, honestly, on her side of the family, I'm the oldest living male, except for my uncle. My uncle is autistic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, as I view myself as the patriarch over there.
Okay. Yeah.
If
Yeah. Yeah.
something goes wrong, El Guapo is responsible for it. I'm the one that's going to have to come in and fix it. So I need you to fall back.
Right.
And as Eric Cartman would say, respect my authority. Like, you got to chill out. And it's the smallest thing. But we talk about ish tests with women. I think that Black mothers ish test their sons a lot. They do. And I think at a certain point, we Black men have to, it doesn't have to cross over into disrespect,
Right.
But you're going to have to stand on your square and stand your ground. I'm going to tell you, I had to stand my ground with my mom earlier this year on something huge. And she got her best friend, who is my godmother,
Mm-hmm.
on the phone to talk to me. And
Double
my
team.
godmother called me and she went in on me. And I'm like, listen, godmother, you know, she was like, I don't even hear the love in this. I was like, listen, I got to stand on my square on this. And my godmother's married to my godfather, who I love and honor and respect very much. I respect that man a lot. So I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to disrespect his wife. So
Right.
I'm having to toe the line in this instance. But I will say this, Black women, you cannot even begin to understand what a Black man that is out here making it happen goes through on a day-to-day basis. And I know, ladies, you go through it as well. I do. And
It's
and
different.
I do try my best to understand it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I can't think of 3 women that could operate in my world for a week. I can't. I really can't. And there needs to be some acknowledgement that your men are doing what it takes in the face of all adversity to make it happen.
Yeah.
And to kind of fall back and be like, okay, at the very least, let me approach this man with respect. I said this last broadcast. All men, but especially Black men, feel love through respect. And the first respecter or emasculator of a Black man is going to be his mother. And if you're a mother, you need to choose wisely. Are you going to hold that man up? I look at my brother-in-law, my sister's husband.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's husband, his mother, man, he's got 2 brothers. Man, she holds them up as men so strong, and she respects them, and they may joke a little bit and everything like that, but she holds them up as Black men. And look, my brother-in-law is my height, maybe an inch taller, and he's a
Mm-hmm.
gym rat. He's like a Black Adonis.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And the way that she respects him as a husband, as a Black man, as a father, is, I wish I got that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't stand on my square and at least make it apparent to my mother that this is not cool, you know, and I love my moms, don't get it
Of course.
twisted.
No, of
You know,
course.
I look, I'd catch a body for her right now if I had to. I really would, you
Well,
know.
but it's, and I'm keeping this up here because Blind Guy, his wife, their life makes a very good point, because I'm gonna tell you something. I think I've shared this before. My mother was raised by my grandfather, who was born in 1910 in Shreveport, Louisiana. So that means that my great
Ooh,
grandmother was a slave.
okay.
So,
Not a sharecropper or a slave.
right. So
Okay.
I tell you, I was over 30 years old before I even allowed a curse word to come out of my mouth in
Oh,
front of my
wow.
mother. I did not have my first drink in front of my. I will never forget. I was getting promoted to captain, and it was the celebration of my promotion, and I felt comfortable to have a drink in front of my mom and dad. So,
Right.
I mean, I was scared of my mom for years. So I understand this notion,
Mhm.
But again, and I remember, my mom was raised by a man.
Right.
So again, so she didn't have a lot of the nurturing stuff. So again, and then you top that with being a single mom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I was afraid for a minute. So
Mhm.
even when it gets, we got to a point, me and my mom didn't have that tough conversation about some of the things I saw and how some of the things that I felt until like I was maybe 30, late 30s, 40s.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah,
I
it's
get
funny
it.
you bring up
Yeah.
the drinking thing.
Yeah.
My mother had a serious problem with me drinking in front of her. Now, listen, I'd served our country. I'm a
Hmm.
grown man.
Yeah.
And there was a day that happened where where were we? I can't remember if we were at my mother's house or my father's house. And My mother never liked me to drink around her, which I understand and I'm cool with. Okay.
Sure.
And then I come up to the kitchen and she and my stepmother and my sister, who's 5 years my junior, are sitting there drinking openly. And I'm like, and that's what I'm talking about, ladies. Black women, check this out. And I'm not playing with this. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Stop emasculating your black sons. Stop it. That really creates a callus inside of us. I have to fight it. I've gone to therapy to get over it. For real. And I'm like, man, you're intentionally tearing down my masculinity. I've been in theater in the Middle East, defending your right to even talk the way you want to talk. And you treat me different. Ladies, one of the things, and I know that we do this all the time. I do this all the time. I'm not going to put this on you, TJ. But we talk about Kevin Samuels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that Kevin says is that when it comes to interactions between men and women, we really don't invest in our black sons the way that we need to. We don't. And I'm going to tell you right now, that singular incident, it actually hurt. It hurt. I was like, yo, how can I go out and be this man, leave the house at 18 and go and do what I need to do and, go to a top 5 university, and you got a problem with me doing this? It literally feels like you're intentionally trying to feminize me. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like in the moment.
Somebody has said, I don't know who said it, but there is a notion or saying that, and I believe it to be true. I mean, I don't have any sons, but it's been said, particularly as it relates to Black mothers, we raise our daughters and love our sons.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna steal. Can I steal that?
Oh, it ain't mine. Go ahead.
Okay.
Again, I don't know where it came from, but we raise our daughters and we love our sons, meaning that we hold tight to our sons,
right,
and keep them as little boys, but we raise our daughters to be tough.
Yep.
And making sure. So again, we kind of got it wrong, and sometimes mothers may not even realize that they are emasculating their sons because they think that they're just loving the sons, but they're stifling them.
Right. TJ, can I ask you a favor?
Yes, sir.
There's a chat
waiting.
Is she? Okay. There's a chat real fast from M. Mills.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Where is it? Where is it at? Which one?
It's a chat. It's a comment. It says, I have the ultimate respect for the men in my life. It's like 4 or 5th from the top.
From the top?
From the bottom. I'm sorry. From the bottom.
Okay. From the bottom.
M.
Yes.
Mills.
Yes.
So M. Mills, can I address this? Because this is a little nuance that you ladies may not see. This is a great sentiment, but I'm going to show you something here, ladies, that you don't really realize. I have the ultimate respect for men in my life, especially my baby brother. Not your baby brother, your younger brother. I'm telling you, just like I've talked before about I have a problem with the word boy, I really do. To the point that I had a dog and I wouldn't call my dog. I wouldn't be like, come here, boy. I'd be like, come here, buddy. I have a problem.
Yeah.
Even something as small as calling him, and I know it's not intentional. I know it.
Right.
I know it comes from a good place in your heart. But you can't call your younger brother your baby brother if he's an adult. He's your younger brother.
Yeah.
I'm just
pointing
that out. LeBay is back there. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring, and it's another thing because I have a sister and I call her my younger sister because she is younger. I don't call her my baby sister, but sometimes I flip and call her my baby sister. But again, and we don't mean any harm, but again, we have to, our words matter. Now, before, hey, LaBea, but before she comes on, I want Lucky asked a question, and I want to direct it toward you. Can you give an example of that, El Guapo?
Okay, sure. Can you describe how women emasculate their boys? I think people need examples. I've got examples for days for you. Great question, Lucky. Lucky Marie. I like the way you spell your name too, by the way.
Mhm.
The first thing is embarrassing them within their social circle. All right. Coming up to the school and loud talking them in front of their male friends and stuff like that. That has somewhat of irreparable damage to them. Second thing, this whole thing that ooh, late. You're about to kick me off, TJ. You're not.
No,
You can
let's
handle it.
bring
But I'm
it.
going to tell you this.
We having some real talk
Yeah.
here.
So, hey, real fast. Lucky, I don't let Lapeef cam up because there's a lot of crazies online. But trust me, she's a cutie pie. She is. Here's what I'll tell you. When it comes to this whole respect me because I'm your mother, I think that is actually the cheapest and laziest form of motherhood. Respect is earned, not given. And that goes for everybody. Every person that is born of this earth has a mother. Therefore, motherhood, although it is very sacred, it is not very unique. Does that make sense?
Makes
And
sense.
to say to a young man, you've got to do this and you've got to do that because I'm your mother. How about you've got to do this, or I would like you to do this, and I would like you to do that because I have invested in you and I expect more from you. I have sacrificed so you can be better. The laziest form of parenting is leaning on I'm your mommy, I'm your daddy. You gotta listen. That's BS. That's complete crap. It is. So when it comes to emasculating men, Black people in particular do this ad nauseum. Is they'll say, oh boy, and then we start Bible thumping and say the Bible says honor thy mother and father. You know what I'm saying? But it also tells you, parents, do not provoke your sons, not children.
Your
it
son.
says do not provoke your sons
to wrath.
That's to wrath. Hey,
Yeah.
TJ.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. And
You're right.
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So stop taking the lazy way out.
Yeah.
And hold your Black men, your Black sons up. And I will tell you this, in my youth, my mother did this. The reason I speak the way that I do, the reason I'm comfortable interacting with people that I don't have a problem with public speaking, in second grade, my mom made me get in front of the church congregation and give the Christmas speech. And there was no backing down.
Okay.
When I got to middle school, you're running for class council.
Yeah.
So my mother was on point, and that's why I love Danya Guapa. I would not let me keep this a buck for everybody right now. In front of everybody in the YouTube world, I would not be the man that I am right now without my mother, Danya Guapa. Nonetheless, she raised me to be an animal, and you can't keep me in a cage. So if I'm bigger and stronger and more ferocious, you need to step back and be like, okay, that's the lion with the mane. Even though I'm older, I need to follow him. Does that make sense?
It does, because even the Lion King,
yeah,
the mother was following Simba. I'm just saying.
That's real. That's very real.
Lapeef, come on and grace us. Let's hear
Go
your
on mute,
voice.
Lapeef. What's up, pretty?
Oh, hello. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. I want to apologize first because I'm talking on a speaker. I don't have my earbuds, so you may hear some sound.
You're good, baby. It sounds good right now. Where are your earbuds at? You lost your earbuds?
No, I left them in my mom's purse.
They're in your mother's purse. Okay, great. Okay. What's going on? Labea. We might have lost her. Uh-oh. All All right, TJ, we'll keep talking. I think we
Yeah,
lost you for a
because
second.
I know that you were saying that they have some.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you now.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
We know you have some weather down there, so it is okay.
Yeah, it has been raining so high. It has been raining since noon, probably.
Right.
Wow. Yes. Well, I know
Oh, can you put Patrice Gardner's comment up there?
Yes.
Patrice. Oh, that's why I love OG Patrice. Patrice. Also, black mothers kick their sons out of the house without plans. They just make them sometimes when they don't know they're not ready, but don't do the same with their daughters. Other race counterparts never do that. I'm going to tell you something. Patrice, I agree with you. There should absolutely be a plan, but I think men need to get the hell out of the house. I do. I left at 18. My mother made it exceedingly uncomfortable for me to be in the house, but I do ponder what it would have been like to maybe stay in the house until I finished college, how much further along financially I would have been versus having to maintain myself before then. That is a great point. Yeah. Black ladies, y'all kick your sons out. It really does. But I'm glad my mom did it because it forced me to stand on my own too. I'm the guy that if I'm down, I want you to kick me because it's going to make me stand up and punch you in the mouth. So
it's funny because even though they may want their daughters to stay, most times daughters are ready to bounce.
Yeah,
seriously.
True.
Particularly in single mother households, it may be okay, but by the time the daughter is of age, she ready to go. She ready, because again, you can't have two queens in the house. You just can't.
Yeah, my grandmother taught me that.
You can't do it.
She was like, yeah, you can't. You need to be careful having two ladies in the house. Can I ask Labea a question?
Absolutely.
Hey, pretty.
Hola, guapo.
What makes you a wife?
What makes me a wife?
A
lot of things that I have been.
Give us three things. Give us three.
I think that I am. I was raised as a wife. That's the first thing. So all the stuff that comes with being a wife and all those little things that are like cleaning, cooking, I know how to do them. I think that I am, God, I forget I am a helpmate. So
Helpmate. Yep. You are a helpmate.
I try to help you as much as possible and make your life easier. And I think that another one, God, I am thinking. I would say that I want as much as possible to learn from you and follow your lead.
Uh-oh, ladies, you listen. This is your competition. This is your competition. I'm just telling you right now. You want to follow my lead?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I mean, so I think that I mentioned it before, Guapo. So I had never been married. I don't have the experience that you have. I don't have the knowledge that you have. I know a couple of things.
Right.
But as one day we were talking, until some point I lived on a bubble when I was living here in Colombia, and then I moved to United States, and I have been learning things. But I want to learn more, and I want to be a great person, a great wife, and all those kind of things. But I cannot do it by myself.
Wow.
And I think you have all those things, you have all that experience, all that knowledge. And I feel like there are so many things that I can learn from you. I mean, one day I mentioned to you, the things that I have learned in this year, being with you has been more than the things that I could learn by myself in all my life.
Ladies, you listening?
And Labea, let me
Look
tell
at
you
me
something.
blushing under this brown. Look at me.
LeBear, let me
Yeah.
tell you something. You're absolutely, because I had been married before. I've been married before, but I wasn't a wife before. And
Mhm.
there it's a difference. And so I learned from my husband because he had been married before, and I learned from him. So here's the thing, women, we can't be ashamed or too prideful to say we don't know what we're doing. And again, I think, another young man said, asking men or particularly what they want in a wife, because, you know, the things that I was raised to think were important to be an asset to a man was not the same thing that my husband was looking for. So, if you, and again, I'm middle aged, but again, I knew that I didn't know that, and he did.
Right.
He did. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
Mm.
that
Absolutely right.
yes, and I think I mean, so I had been lucky and blessed, and until I moved to United States, I was following my daddy's lead. So now that I met El Guapo, and I have been blessed being with him, so now I'm following his lead because he's the one that knows most about life. What I know is nothing compared to what he knows.
And you know what? So let me do this because I know what the contrarians are going to say. Oh, she's from a third world country, and she, hasn't seen the world and stuff like that, and she's just trying to get a green card. Baby, do me a favor. Name off some of the
Yes.
the places you've traveled to in your life.
That I travel.
Yeah.
I had traveled to Europe. I had been living in England.
Hmm.
I was studying in England. Uh, I had been in some countries in Latin America.
Okay.
I was studying in England.
Come closer to the phone. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's good. Go ahead.
Yes. So I was saying that I have been in Europe, in some countries in Latin America, in Canada.
You lived on the
Uh,
West Coast?
yes, that was
Yeah.
when I first studied. I was an exchange student
Yep.
when I was 1 years old. I was studying in San Francisco, California.
Right. Not when you were 1 year old, but your first year here is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
I knew
Okay.
what you meant.
Yeah. I gotta translate for LeBay every once in a while. But so you've done all that. Do you have a
Yes.
bachelor's degree?
Yes.
Do you have a master's degree?
Yes.
Are you almost done your second master's degree?
Yes.
All right. Do you make more than the top do you make more than 85% of men in the United States and you're an immigrant?
Yes.
This is not somebody from a backwoods town that hasn't seen the world. LaBea has been places that I haven't been. All right. So, and yet and still, she meets a man of value and says, I have a lot that I need to learn from you. Ladies, take notes.
Lucky has posed a statement that is very, very poignant. This generation of men that weren't raised to be husbands, they expect wives out of modern women that weren't raised to be wives. This is true. This is
Okay.
very true. Because many men, particularly, let's talk about it, if they were raised in single parent homes, if they didn't see a husband, they didn't know what that is, just like my daughter didn't see a wife. So I think one of the things that my daughter has said, we need to give each other grace.
Okay.
And right now there's a climate that we're not doing that. It's all or nothing. It's your fault. It's your fault. As opposed to coming to the table earnestly and say, I didn't learn it. You didn't learn it. Let's learn together. Can we commit that we want to do this together? We want to learn together, as opposed to just saying, the men are broken, the women are broken. We're not going to ever get nothing that way. What are
Right.
your thoughts, El Wapo?
I'll say this. Lucky, you do make a good point, but I do think that that is too much of a blanket statement. And I'm not the all or nothing police, but I will say this. You only have to hit the lottery once.
That's true.
You need one husband Okay. And in this life, there are only two things that you can control. Lucky, you specifically, I'm talking to you. That's your actions and your attitude. You cannot control the men. Myself as El Guapo, I can only control my actions and my attitude. Those are the only two things that I have control over. It is not your job to find a husband. It is your job to put yourself in the best position to be found by a husband. And don't worry about the masses. Let your man find you and get up out of the game. But it takes a lot of work for him to come find you. Once again, Kevin Samuels did a video, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, on women shooting their shot. So many women are so socially awkward that you don't even know how to drop the right signals to a man to show that you're interested. And then, are you childless? Are you where you need to be as far as your domestication? How's your debt? Things of that nature. Because just like I hire people for my company, I'm going to hire the best candidate. I don't care about your sob story. I don't care. I really don't care. If you've got a felony, I'm not hiring you. Period, point blank.
And you have a right not to.
Baby, turn your camera off. You got your camera on. There you go.
Because you're the employer, you have a right. You have a right not to. Absolutely.
Exactly. So if I'm gonna bring you on the team and pull you out of the game, and you don't have to work anymore, you work for me, and you don't need to have all men or all black men do that. You need to have your man do that. That's
Speak
all
on
you
it.
need. Yeah.
Speak on it.
So if you're not in the best situation, if you're not under some form of discipline, which the first way that shows is your fitness, we're not even going to look. We're not going to look.
My niece has got that on lock.
That's what I'm talking about.
She's got it on lock.
Yeah. I'll tell you like this. I get it that you may say most. I'm a former pilot. Okay. And you get on these airlines and they do the safety briefing before you take off. And one of the things that they say is, in the event of an emergency, let me do this in my pilot voice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. In the event of an emergency and we lose cabin pressure, please put on your oxygen mask before you help others. You can't help anybody until you help yourself. So, Lucky, do you have a black family that you're building? Is the question I would ask you. That's not a shot. But don't worry about these other women. You better get your stuff straight. And here's what's awesome. When you do that, then you become the testimony. You become the person that other women can look up to and say, if Lucky can do it, I can do it. Your actions, your attitude, put yourself in the position to be found, and that's it. That's it. I like Lucky.
Yes,
Lucky.
You know what? I know that's right. Honey said she's been married for 24 years, and I focus on the business that okay, listen. That's what my daughter said.
I like that.
She said, mind the business that pays me.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you all to take a moment to get the likes up. Get the likes up, please.
Oh, y'all are out of pocket, yo. Y'all are out of pocket. Get them likes up. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Gracias and obrigado. There you go. I said in 3 languages for you. Thank you.
Guapo, you said something that is very true, because I was telling, I love my Courtney Michelle. I have my adopted nieces, Courtney Michelle, Lucky
I like
Marie.
Courtney too. Yeah.
And I was telling her in one of the interviews, you have to be what they want.
Yeah.
And I said to try to fix the community is too big. I said, fix your community in your house. Yes. Fix that first. Fix that first. And then, like you said, when you go out, you're a testament. And that is why I really believe in what I'm trying to do right now, because so many women think, I was one of them. Yeah. That, once you got a certain age, it's over. Well, it may not be over, but it is more hard. It's more difficult. but I wanted it that much more. So I'm gonna work my ass off.
Right.
And now
Yeah.
that I got it, oh, I said, honey, you ain't going nowhere. I got you.
I love it.
If you
I
need me
love
to
it.
be in a different character, I got a whole bunch of wigs I can put on for you to be in different characters. What you need, I got it.
Right.
But it's true. It is true.
Lucky said I got options and I'm here to learn. Put her picture up. Let me see her. Lucky, let me
She's
see what you look
gorgeous.
like.
Gorgeous.
Now, Lucky, I normally don't like red lipstick, but you're rocking that, mama. Yeah. And I'm saying that with my fiance on here right now. You know. Yeah.
And
yeah. Good for
she's
you.
about her business.
Good
That's
for
what
you,
I
Lucky.
love. I
Okay,
love
you
it.
got options. Exercise those options. Make it happen. Make it happen, Captain.
She's about her
Labea.
business.
Labea, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Can I ask her another question?
Absolutely. Yeah. She's a guest. Come on through.
Labea, how do you feel about the word submission?
How do I feel?
Yeah. What does that word make you feel like? What is your understanding of the word submission when it comes to me specifically? You submitting to me. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. I mean, there is nothing wrong about that because I don't take it like you want to have me as a slave or something like that. I think that.
Oh, you're a slave. You're a special slave.
Hey.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
But what I mean is like being submissive to me means I am going to be humble. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to follow your lead and gonna do my best to make things work out. And when I say this, it's like, you're the one that knows. What I know about, for example, so many things or how things work in the United States. What do I know about a marriage or things like that? I had never been married. So I don't mind to be submissive when it comes to all this kind of stuff because I don't know. And it doesn't make me feel any way. I mean, it makes me feel like protected at some point because, yes, because there are so many things that I don't know that you are taking the lead and doing, and I'm following you, and I know that you want the best for both.
I have your best interest at heart, huh?
That's it. I love it. I love it. And I feel the same way too. I tell you, I'm getting better now. We're going to take a couple of calls because I put the link in there. A couple of calls. I don't want to keep El Guapo too much because we've been, he just got off of work. Maybe got
and the Ravens play tonight. Go ahead. I'm
maybe about 10 minutes. But I will tell you, I tell my husband I'm so grateful for him every day. Yeah. Because and I'm thankful to God that I didn't miss him. But I'm gonna bring OG Patrice up real quick. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Patrice. I owe you a shirt. I'm still waiting on your info.
You know what? Do me a favor.
Yes.
Give it to someone that is in great need of it. Maybe someone you may see on the street, a homeless. Give it to someone that's in need of it, like a homeless person or something like that.
I'll make it work. You have my word. I don't like that because you won, but okay. I'm going to relent in this singular moment. Okay. But yes, I'll do that. Okay.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you for having me, TJ. How you doing, Bella? Labea?
Hello, I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. I just wanted to say, like the point I made in the chat earlier, about Black women. A lot of Black mothers tell their sons sometimes, like even before they're 18, like as soon as you get 18, you getting out of this house. They say things and they don't prepare the son or let men in the family prepare the son for the transition. Whatever that is, wherever that young man is in his life. Like my son, after he graduated out of high school, I knew that he was not ready to go. He had told me he wanted to go in the service. So I said, hey, I still want you to, get a little job, work, save some money, and then prepare your way. And that's what he did. When he was able, he saved money, and then he left and he went into the Air Force, and he was able to go from there. But women, I've seen it in my family, outside of my family, girlfriends, they telling their sons at 16, I can't wait till you 18 so you can get out of this house. But you're not helping them prepare and transition for that particular thing, especially if the father is not there and you don't have men that are telling them, well, let me mentor you. Let me show you how to transition this into become a man, because this is what is being forced. I agree. At some point, the men got to get out the house. Yes, but we have done it wrong for so many decades as Black mothers and Black women. And I still see it being done right to this day. And also, Black women have to stop treating their sons like they boyfriends or husbands. When they are
son husbands.
They gotta stop doing it. They gotta stop doing it. And you're not allowing your sons to be around other Black men in the family, relatives, friends, mentors, young boy. Because you don't have a man. You the man of the house. Now you got to run. I've seen it. This happens so much in our Black community. And those are the two pet peeves of mine that I know that Black women have to stop doing in our community.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
You're right on point. That son husband thing.
Yeah.
Making the son pay for the sins of the father. Y'all, we got to stop that. We got to stop it. You pick the father.
Yes.
Don't kick me off, but you picked the father.
Hey, you're speaking the truth. OG Patrice, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you so I can pull up Uncle Stu so we can wrap it up so El Guapo can get to his game, because I don't want to take too much of his time. But thank you so much for calling in.
I will miss the first
no
quarter
problem.
for you.
No problem. Good. Thank you for having me. All right.
Absolutely.
See you guys later. Have a great.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, there's my man. Yo, the studio looks great. I see you with the globe, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. TJ got her foot on my neck, so I got to be in there,
Yeah, man, you look good, bro.
So, she's gonna command. She's gonna command real hard.
No doubt.
Come on now. Come on now.
I'm going to say this. I called my mom and my dad just last week. And I'm going to tell you, my dad made a man out of me, and my mother made sure that I stayed a man, regardless of everything. I was telling somebody, I don't know if I can speak to people because my parents, they made me a man. I watched my mother cry when I got ready to leave the house at 18. And I never understood it until I came out the military. She says, no, I cried because I saw my boy transform into a man.
That's right, bro. I'm with you, man.
So I agree with everything that you have said tonight. And I'll tell any woman, if you don't know how to make a boy into a man, then give him up to a man. For the word says, we preach on Hannah, but we forgot that when Hannah had her son, she gave him up to Eli.
Wow.
You know what? You make a very good point, and I want you all to hear me. And ladies, I have a good friend. She was married, and when they got divorced, they had a son. I think when her son was in middle school, she went to send him to live with his father. Okay, to raise that that boy into a man. And she saw her son every week, but daily he was under the leadership and guidance of his father. Sometimes we mothers, we think, and I'm not ashamed to say I was one of them, that is my child. No, it is our child.
That's right.
It is our child. And we think sometimes that if we send our children to live with their fathers, that we have failed. No, that's why it took two people to create the child. No. If you know that you cannot get, and here's the thing, even with girls, you know, one time my daughter, when she wanted to go live with her father, I didn't even fight. I sent her.
Yeah.
Because that's her father. I'm not going to lie and say it didn't hurt. It did. But again, I had to remember she's just not mine. She's ours.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely. Send that boy to his father to help grow him into a man. And if anything, that makes you more of a mother because you are putting that child before yourself. Got me drinking and talking. It's not tonight.
That's right.
It's okay.
TJ, can I say something real fast?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to shamelessly plug Uncle Stu's channel. And here's why. Family. Right here on this screen, you have over 150 years of experience and wisdom. I don't know if you realize that. Yeah, real talk. Real talk. Between the four of us, you got that. You got that. Because my lady is wise too. You're wise, Labea.
She is.
You're wise and cute.
Thank you.
Yeah,
even better.
Yeah, she's wise and cute. But I'm going to tell you something. Uncle Stu, I have so much fun. And Stu, I owe you a call. I'm going to try to reach out to you on Wednesday, okay?
You got it.
Yeah. My man is serious about what he's doing. And he is, listen, this YouTube game never gets any easier. But if you keep at it, you will get better. And I see Uncle Stu putting in the work. And he's going to be a juggernaut in this thing, just like TJ. TJ, you're going to kill it because guess what? Ain't nobody in your... Oh, the Challenger sale. Yeah. Uncle Stu, look. Uncle Stu, you're what, 54?
I'm 54 years old, 4 beautiful daughters.
Yeah.
And I just completed my first live yesterday. And I have been blessed because at the last moment of that live, I broke out as a grown man with tears in my eyes because my firstborn child was on that live with me.
Wow.
And
see, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and we're getting ready to actually do a couple of live shows together. And we're going to teach parents, mainly fathers and daughters, how to heal from the past and deal with the present. This is a live that I say God put together after 35 years because we and her, we struggled.
I
Why?
get it.
Because outside family tried to destroy us.
Yep.
But by the mercy and the grace of God, that's my backbone. She is the motivator behind my YouTube channel. And every comment, she's always up in there. So everything I talk about, she knows the truth, you know. But I tell anybody, no weapon that has ever been formed or fashioned against me, it will not prosper.
That's right.
It will not prosper. So, you know, when people ask me, do you put work in? I've been putting work in ever since I left my mama and daddy house. Don't tell me I'm not putting in the work. And I stayed true because I married her mother. And although we've been divorced, I have no bitterness because she gave me beautiful children and all my daughters love their daddy and they're proud. And I'm going to keep working because I'm out here. That's like I served in the military. I'm here to serve the people. I want to see my people healed, set free, and delivered. And I am called to men to raise the men and then turn around and help women understand.
We need Uncle Stu's, y'all.
The man
we need Uncle Stu's. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something.
Somebody behind the scenes in the home that she's learning very well.
Okay, Uncle Stu, let's turn it over to Guapo. Okay, go ahead. What do you say, Guapo?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you something. We need Uncle Stu's just like we need TJ Randolph's. And I'm telling you, y'all go over and like, subscribe, and leave a comment for Uncle Stu. TJ, I see your subscribers went up since last week.
Yeah, I've gotten a few more. I'm so grateful to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you something. And I've been remiss. I've been really focused on my 9-to-5, which sucks because that's the one income that is not ever going to be passive. But I've needed to do so. But I'm about to post. We want to chop it up. I got some good ideas. of our conversations. I'm gonna put them on. Let's get you monetized, yo. Let's get that done. Both of y'all. Let's get it done. But let's check this out, y'all. Likes, subscriptions, notification bells, comments are all free. You guys are getting solid game for free. Let me tell you something. Can I let the Baltimore out for a second? Because I've been drinking. I'm gonna let it out. You ready?
Do it. Let's do it.
I'm talking to my subscribers, not yours. You dummies better get on this while it's free. Y'all better stop bluffing. You better get on it while it's free. When now you're going to be mad when people are big and they're charging you $500 an hour to help you. You better get on it now and soak up this good knowledge while it's free. Don't listen to me though. I'm just El Guapo. I'm a dummy. But I'm going to tell you right now. Do you know LaBea? You know people are trying to get consultations from LaBea? What the hell is going on, LaBea?
That's
These
right.
ladies trying to teach you how to get that ring, that big old. How many carats is that? How many carats did I get you? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
That's a damn shame.
It's big. How about that? Big.
I spent all that money on 2.4 carats, and you don't remember? That's a shame. Okay.
Big.
Sorry. It is big.
Yeah,
It is.
It's
But
big.
you know, but absolutely, you know, and I'm grateful. And here's the thing. I did this. I started this channel as a form of therapy for myself, actually.
I love it.
In May. I did. Because I've said, as I'm going through some things, I mean, there may be others that are out there who are either going through or have gone through. Because again, as me and my daughter talked about, the fact that I got into a relationship that I didn't pay attention to the red flags is because I was broken.
Right.
And I could not have met nor appreciate, value my husband. He, you know, I wouldn't have gotten him if I didn't do what I needed to do to fix me. So I share, you know, things of my life because you know, we got to be whole first.
Right.
So some people have reached out to me and some people have reached out to me not only about relationships, but about the dynamic that I have with my daughter. And I'm like, hey, it ain't always been that way.
Yeah.
And I am not ashamed to say there was a moment, she'll talk about it, that she had blocked me on every form of communication.
Really?
And I didn't even know where she lived.
Wow.
So the healing that has to take place individually and as a family is real, and we can't be ashamed to share because everybody think that their situation is the only one that's like that. But no, but there is happiness and joy on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put up Juana Washington's last comment?
Right here?
Yes. Juana. Woo! Woo!
Speak on it.
She just dropped about $300 a game on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
People, you cannot pour into anybody else what you don't have in yourself first. Your cup must be full first. I like Juana. Juana, you are not. Listen, here's what I'll tell you. I don't know you, but you're not 20. I know that. That is the seasoned woman that just said that.
Right.
I'm for real. That
right.
is a seasoned woman that has lived some life and has some wisdom that just said that. Juana, if you don't mind, tell me how old you are. If you don't mind, you don't have to share, but
you can say
you wouldn't
ish.
mind.
You can say ish. Put an ish on it.
Yeah.
30-ish,
yeah.
40-ish.
There you go. Yeah, say that. I'm telling you, I guarantee I will bet you a paycheck. She's not in her 20s or 30s. I'll bet a paycheck. For real. Uncle Stu, if I'm wrong, I'm going to send you my whole paycheck for a week. For 2 weeks. I'm for real. I'm not playing.
The government got me.
What did I just say? Oh, look at her. What did I just say? I know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Juana is, ladies, these are the women that you need to listen to. Mm-hmm. So what TJ was saying earlier about you're going to be the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, you better make sure that the people above you are pouring into you, because if you can't get something poured into you, how do you pour out into others? Come on now. Woo! I'm just saying. Maybe it's the scotch, but I really know that what I'm telling you is the truth.
So
the truth is you have to have it poured into you before you can give it to others. Right?
That's right. That's right.
Shout out to Juana Washington.
Yeah, and thank you for your service. I saw that she put that she was prior military, so thank you for your service as well. Yes.
Wow, salute to you, Juana.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, Uncle Stu. Thank you, the beautiful Labea. And of course, to my illustrious, non-compromising guest, El Guapo in the house.
Absolutely.
I thank you all. This has been so much fun.
Thank you so much, TJ. I appreciate you so much. More than you'll ever know. Uncle Stu got a little cocktail too, or it's just an empty glass?
I just finished it up before I got on.
My man.
He said turn water into wine. That's what I had to do.
Hallelujah.
Cocktails and conversations. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna call it a night and go ahead and say your El Guapo thing that you say.
Labea. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
What color panties you got on? I'm just playing. Don't answer that. I'm just playing. Okay. El Guapo out. Let me stop drinking and go watch this game before I get myself in trouble. Baby, don't answer that. I know you were about to answer it too, so don't.
No, she'll send you a text. Okay. Y'all have a good one. Good night.
All right. Have a good one.
Good night.
Good night.